Howdy, howdy, everybody. It's 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That means it's time to listen to G Money Babble. It's the Babble Hour. Hello, Melinda. How are you doing? Hope everything's well. So I'm just going to kill a little time, see if anybody else pops in. I didn't really give a ton of advance notice because I may have a few things to. Oh, there goes the phone again. I told you, I told you, folks. This phone, I kid you not, rings 125 times a day. Oh Lord. So I'm going to give some updates. Some things happen in my life. I don't know that people really give a hoot, but uh, few positive things. Nothing like life transforming, but been trying to deal with what I can with the little bit of money I have. But anyway, what's the weather like down there, Melinda? What's going on down your way? I'm going to share in a little bit our, it says 10-day forecast. It actually goes out like 14 days. I was hoping to share it with a few more people. But anyway, so let me know what your weather's like, and then I'll start sharing. All right. Looks like we may have somebody else. Usually Rita comes in. Hopefully Rita pops in. She's always pleasant to be around as well. Hey, Alvin, what's up, buddy? All right, you're definitely not Rita, but we'll take you too, Alvin. But my mom's cell phone's also ringing off the hook. And all right, gorgeous, sunshine finally and warm. I'm going to read this. This forecast is for where I stop fishing tackle on weekends, and it's pretty much, I'm maybe like half hour, 35 minutes away. So the forecast is going to be pretty much similar. So today it's 91 degrees, 2% chance of rain, southwest winds, 14 miles per hour. I'm just going to tell you the temps for the rest of the week. Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be a high of 95, which means the heat index is probably going to be around 100, give or take. Thursday's 94, Friday's 94, Saturday's 92, Sunday is 90. That's Easter Sunday. The bad news is the new location where I'm going to be selling, they're not going to be open on Easter Sunday, but I can sell on Saturday. And the preliminary forecast, which changed to the worst in the last 24 hours, is now calling for PM showers, 43% chance of rain. So I definitely need that to get a little bit better in my favor. But then going forward, it goes all the way out to the 17th. A lot of times the extended forecast is not as accurate, but basically it's going to be the low 90s and high 80s for the rest of that time period. So, hello, hey, New Jersey Fishing Maniac. What's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything's good. Hi there, LB. Hope you're recovering quickly. So I don't even know where to start. A while back when I got, oh, Lord, LB's posting, she said we had 50-mile-per-hour winds and blew people's windows out of their cars. The weather is brutal. Wow. That's not good. Been through that, done that. Hey, full-blown country. I hope you stay in here for a little bit because I'm thinking about doing a roast. I don't know if I'm going to do the roast today, but it definitely crossed my mind. I might be roasting a guy named Pooch. Anyway, that may be coming up. Stay tuned. You never know. When you least expect it, expect it. So this real nice lady named Ashley Sullivan reached out to me from when I made that post in the Alva, Florida group about, the police kicking me out of my former location and all that nonsense. And so I had quite a few people reach out to me. And this lady actually direct messaged me, really nice lady. And she is not, I thought originally she was an owner or somehow affiliated with this place called Rooster's Produce, which is a very, very nice, real high-end produce stand. They have that really, they really know what they're doing. But so what they do is the first Sunday of every month, they have a big, like a field area, and they invite local vendors to set up and sell whatever they're selling. There was a large variety of stuff yesterday. There was probably 35 to 37 vendors there yesterday. It was my first time being there. I liked it, but when you hear what I went through the day before, I went to my mechanic. I spent a lot of time there with my mechanic, and he was fixing some of my mechanical issues. That's what mechanics do, in case you didn't know. But so he fixed my vacuum line for my air conditioner. He figured out why, I have the sloppy gear shifter. He figured out why that wasn't working, why it was not allowing it to start. He was able to determine that it was the starter. So that really never even crossed my mind, because my gear shifter has been progressively getting worse. So that took some time, and those two things got resolved. And then he even gave me an AC charge, which is really nice. This guy operates out of his house, but he has a real nice, full, really nice, neat, clean, well organized, full setup. So he kind of knows my situation, and basically the final bill was $300. And he said, he already warned me that just pay me whenever you can. I said, all right, it might be in little payments here and there, but till things get better. So that was good. Now I had air conditioning. I'm not sweating my behind off. If you saw or heard the forecast coming up, we're looking at 95 degrees coming in the coming days. And when your air conditioning is not running, it's, like 120 in your van or more, whatever it is. So I was excited. So I'm going to this new location, and I didn't realize there was going to be that many vendors. So what they do is they have one entryway in. It's basically like a big rectangular setup, and then they put vendors in the middle, but there's no vehicles on the inside. The only vehicles on the inside were like these big dualies that were pulling like trailers, and they just left them parked there so they didn't have the real big ones. So I'm like, oh man, I realize I'm going to be sitting outside all day with no air conditioning, no access. I had to park about 150 yards away, and I packed food and beverages and stuff like that. So, here I'm preparing. And yeah, Pooch, this is an old Texas one. This is from 2005 when they won a national championship. But so I'm set up, and they're like, man, you're going to roast, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know. Thanks very much. So I'm already out there. I'm already committed to this. So I'm like, all right, let me just try and make the best of it. And so the lady, if you're facing my booth, the lady on the right was an old German lady who did crochet and knitting, kind of like what Rebecca Touched by Yarn does, and was selling a lot of her blankets and all kinds of her goods, little homemade crocheted purses, bags, whatever. So that was a real popular booth. The lady next to me on the left side, she was selling a lot of clothing, a little bit of jewelry. She had a real popular booth. So in a way, I was kind of, I was set up in a good location between two nice people. Well, the daughter of the older lady doing all the crochet was there, and she was probably close, not quite my age, but close to my age. And she's like, you're going to roast out here. I said, I know. I'm looking around. Everybody has a canopy. I didn't know what I was getting into. I thought where I was setting up, my van was going to be there, and I could just sit in the air conditioning and get out as people approach. So apparently that wasn't the case. So she goes, we have an extra pop-up canopy at the house. I'm going to be going home in a little bit. I'm just going to give that to you. And I said, you don't have to do that. And she's like, no, we want to do it. And so basically it was like a 10 by 10 easy up pop-up canopy, or a 12 by 12. I'm not sure the exact dimensions. They did not have the bag with it. Somehow they misplaced that. No big deal. So they gave me that. They've never met me in my life, so I felt that was one thing positive. I fixed 3 problems with my van, so I'm trying to look at the positive side, right? So now I have 4 positive things happening. A lot of people gave some good positive feedback about me selling. Numerous people were coming up to me. Are you the guy that got kicked out of the school property? I'm like, yep, that's me. I'm the criminal. And they're like, that was total BS. And I know. Thanks for concurring. That's how I feel too. But so unfortunately, my inventory level is getting low due to financial reasons. So it's hard to make more money when you can't reinvest in inventory. I did not make a ton of money out there. Yes, I made like $200. So it was nice. The one thing I didn't like was at the end of the day, it's basically open to sell from 10 to 5 p.m. They pretty much kept it blocked off. There's only one entryway on the inside, and they had that blocked. Somebody with like a pull behind, like almost like a horse trailer, but it was like a concession stand that they made out of it. And so I had to make like a zillion trips out to the parking lot, try and load my one banquet table at a time, one tote at a time. I didn't like that a whole lot. But like I said, everybody I met out there was really nice. It was really cool to see. It was basically like a country fair almost. It was, they had a guy over there singing, playing the acoustical guitar. They had a real nice setup with the Easter Bunny out there doing photo shoots with, people. So it was really well organized. It's something I would be interested again in the future, but it's going to be really hot when they do it on, the next first Sunday of May, whatever day of the week. We get closer to May, we get a lot more rain in the afternoon. So if you're kind of trapped and you have rain coming, it's hard to really, you just can't pull your van up because there's so many other people that want to do the same thing. So you're kind of trapped there. So I didn't like that. I'm not knocking the setup. They're really well organized and I enjoyed it. So today I'm trying to, solve as many financial problems as possible, trying to address certain things. So I got a few little things knocked out. I went to the bank. I had applied for this small $1,000 loan. I'm 99% sure I'm not getting the loan because that was last week and I haven't heard anything. I put a submission in. First I met the representative at the bank, called a number. So it's not looking like I'm getting the loan because when the car insurance company screwed me and did an automatic deduction without my knowledge, that's my account's still in bad standing. So I'm pretty sure I'm not getting that, but the one lady at the bank seems to think if somehow, if I can get it in the positive, she can reverse a couple charges, try and help me out a little bit. And then she thinks I could, now qualify for that. But I don't know how that's going to happen. But so right now, my life's not looking too good, to be honest with you. And I've always said there's a difference between living and just barely existing. That's no way to deal with life daily. But that's what's happening. Once again, I have all the nightmares every night. I can't control that. It's just a trigger. It happens. Evil, bad thoughts enter my brain every day. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But I keep trying to fight it, deal with it. And there is no magic wand right now, to be honest with you. So my credit's been rising gradually, which is a good thing. It's far from beautiful, but it's not horrible. But after Wednesday, if I can't solve one immediate problem, which as of today, I have the money to take care of that. If I take care of that, I'm not going to have any money. I have one small paycheck coming on Friday. That's $100. So $100 is not going far. So I need to reinvest in inventory. I don't have the money. If I reinvest in inventory, my sales could go up. Probably will go up. So it's I'm trapped in a bad situation that there is no immediate positive solution. All the reality of, I know people get pissed off when I'm on here revealing this, but I won't say people care, but since I've been talking about some people, I guess you could call it drama. Some people like to watch, drama. I'm not saying you guys, I'm just sharing from my heart. So I had to call one. I'm going to share this, and this really ticks me off. I may have shared it before, I don't know, but about 5.5, 6 years ago, a little bit, whatever it was, I forget the exact timeline, right prior to Hurricane Irma, I had a big loan from a financial institution, and I'd say about close to 6 months before Hurricane Irma hit, I'd had some medical problems, which created a little bit of financial problems. So I was able to get on to a hardship program, which would reduce my monthly payments for a loan, which the monthly payment got reduced down to something real, in a normal situation, manageable, down to, it was like $115 a month, which was like half of what I had been paying, something like that. So all the first 5 payments were made on time. Everything was good. Everything was great. And the 6th payment was the weekend. Category 5, Hurricane Irma was barreling down on us. My landlord would not let me stay where I lived in their house, which was a modern house, high rating for hurricane. So now I'm left to nowhere to go. So where I worked at the beach, which was spitting distance from the water, which attaches to Fort Myers Beach, which got one of the worst devastation of Hurricane Ian this time. When I was in there, I was all hunkered down. I had food. Somebody even donated a pew in case there was, looters and people breaking in. So I was getting ready to be all hunkered down. We did have a TV that I had supplied to the bait shop. I was watching that. And around 5 a.m, they gave the exact location where I was located. And they said they were calling for a 12-foot water surge from street level, ground level. And I'm looking up and the ceiling's like 9 feet. I'm like, all right, I'm going to die. So I pack up as much stuff from the bait shop because I didn't know what I was going to incur. I grabbed life vests in case I needed it, in case a family needed it. I took all the store's money in case there was looters, the whole 9 yards. So I did I just packed up. And at that point, I really had very little gas. But so I've already told a lot, I'm not going to give the whole scenario, what happened during that. But basically, I reached out to that creditor and I told him, I said, look, this is a situation. I've got nowhere to stay. I need this money to evacuate. And they said, well, we can't, you're already, and I'm like, this is a category 5. This is no joke. So they basically told me to pack sand and they wouldn't adjust it. They said, if you default on this, then if you default, then you're going to owe us like $2,000 immediate. And I'm like, hey, numbskull, if I can't make the 115, I'm certainly not going to come up with $2,000. So basically that's what happened. They, they kept threatening me, like, and they defaulted on, they charged it off basically. Then what happens then is now they're selling it to different companies. First couple companies didn't do anything, went to one company, and they really wouldn't work with me either. So then it went to it took a long time, but it went to the civil matter. And so now I had representation that really did nothing for me. I could have done more for myself than what they did. So I was also paying them. Now I got to pay these other people. They led me to believe they're going to get the whole thing dropped and furthest thing from the case. So there's a law firm out of like St. Pete area that I have to pay $200 a month to, and I just right now everybody wants my money, and I just don't have it right now. So I talked to them last Monday. I told them my situation. Talked to one person. So I called back today because I can already see what's going on. And I talked to I think it was one of the attorneys or whatever. And I talked to him for like a half hour. Fortunately, he was very understanding. You know, I wasn't sure. I said, look at my history. I've been making the payments. I want this done too. You know, once somebody, you know, passes away in here, I said, my situation could be better. I just don't know when that's going to be. So he said, all right, don't worry about the payment this month. Just contact us and give us an idea, you know, whenever you can pay it next month. So that was another semi-positive thing that did happen. But I'm far from out of the woods. I mean, I know my due dates and my van payments coming up. So there's no way in hell I'm going to have all these things. So my credit's going to go like this rapidly. So I really need like people would in football, you'd call it a Hail Mary. I need a Hail Gary right now. And the power of attorney, he's going to be around tomorrow, and he's never uplifting. He always kind of kicks you in the groin and makes me want to go jump off a bridge because of the inequality in the family here. So it sucks. I was reading some of these comments. Sorry, I was kind of more involved into my dialogue here, but anyway, how many people would like to join me for a roast of Pooch from at Full Blown Country? We don't need to do it today. We can maybe orchestrate something, but I think it's time to roast Pooch. He was out there kind of pulling some shenanigans on Pretty, so I think it's time we pay him back. Let's all get together and roast Pooch one day. Anybody? Throw in the comments. What works for you? When works for you? Maybe we can let Pooch host it, and we can just be guests and just get up there and roast the heck out of him, kind of like a hot dog or a marshmallow. We'll just roast him until he just has to hit the button. So I reckon it's time to roast Pooch. And hey, Pooch, where's my hat? Where's the hat, Pooch? Come on, man. I'm going to tell you 4 initials. USPS. Or we can simplify it and do it with 3 letters. UPS. All right. So, all right, folks. That's kind of what's going on in my world right now. Not a whole lot of positive. Depends how you look at it. Just trying to make tough decisions. Whatever decision I make is going to have a negative consequence. I don't know. It's bad stuff's about to happen. Pooch said, I kept my eye out thinking the warden was going to show up on us. Yeah, the warden. I have a feeling he may be talking about some lady named Pretty. Folks, in case you haven't gone over to watch his video of him kayaking, he told his wife that she needed a license or to be registered to float her kayak. Boy, that's an evil man right there. I kept praying his kayak was going to turn over when he told that lie. But anyway, so you get a chance, go watch his channel, catch up on his nonsense. Pooch, can you tell everybody, is there going to be any live from Joko tonight from Miss Pretty, or is it going to be a live going on from your studio? What's going on with that, sir? We all want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. I hope Joy's doing okay. Haven't really watched a whole lot of their stuff here lately, and hopefully Scott's doing well. Not getting a whole lot. Everybody fell asleep, I think. But has anybody watched any really cool videos from any creators? I just watched one I thought was really cool. Chris from Shade Tree America just put out a video. He did a walkthrough. He had permission to film a walkthrough. Chris lives in Pennsylvania somewhere. I forget where exactly. I think he's up near LB, somewhere near Erie or something like that. And he filmed a walkthrough of Sportsman's Warehouse, which they're at recently, and it's so ironic because in the last, I'd say 30 days or so, 2 have opened up down here. One in Naples, Florida, and another one in Cape Coral. Cape Coral is where DJ lives. So I have not been to either one of them, but there's another place nearby called Sportsman's Wholesale. So I've been in that one. That's a really nice place, but it's not as big as Sportsman's Warehouse. So after watching what Chris did, I really liked his video because he did a lot of things I wish I had the talent and ability to do, and I'll mention a few of those. And if you guys get a chance, please go over and watch his video, give him the thumbs up, share it out on your community page because his content's really, really been improving. His skills are starting to get in another level zone. One thing he did was, I really don't know how to do the voiceovers and stuff like that. So there was some music in the background. So he did a lot of most of this was like narrated as a voiceover, which I really would love to know how to do that. But unfortunately, I don't have a quiet studio to do that. You know, every one I've ever heard is because I would have birds chirping and phones ringing and stuff like that. So I wouldn't be able to, where I'm living now, it's like I'm a reduced citizen. So that was really cool. Then he was able to blur out some shoppers, and I don't know how to do that. I'm trying to remember some of the other things he did. So during this video, he showed some of the wildlife, the taxidermy there, and he did like a little bit of he mingled in like a slideshow. So those were 3 things right off the get-go that he did, and I'm trying to remember what else he did, but I don't remember. But he did like 4 or 5 things that is if I can get out of this bad time I'm going through, I would love to kind of like devote some more time to learn some of those skills. But it's really cool. Chris does some really cool stuff. He does a variety of things. He'll fix things. He'll do automotive repair. Hey, Joy, just give him a red crayon. That's all you need to. I think red's the color for Marines, right? Just tell him it's soap. He'll never know the difference. So he does a lot of cool stuff. So I highly suggest you check out that channel. JJ Drones did a live last night. Usually on Sunday nights, I've been participating with that. I did not feel up to it. It's kind of like down and out. I didn't want to I didn't want to have to fake it, and then he's been doing lately an after dark party after his live. He'll film like 10, 20 minutes or whatever, the guys backstage just clowning around, just, literally, I almost said let their hair down, but some of the people don't have hair that participate in that. But you can watch that After Dark party at, I think it's www.jjdrones360.com. Scroll down a little bit, you'll see it. You can watch it. It's pretty much a cut up at times. All right, it's okay, Pooch. I'll include that in the roast. I can get hats other places, brother. Anyway, so that's it for today. Just catching up. I've been on here for 30 minutes. Probably run out of things to say. As soon as I disconnect, I'll probably think of 3 more things. But just try and keep supporting your channels and keep certain people, in your thoughts, and keep, hoping for Scott to get better. LB's trying to get on the rebound. There's a bunch of good channels out there. I could sit here and mention them all day long, but that's it. So I'll talk to you guys later. And remember, let's find a time to roast. I called him a roach. Pooch, you're a roach. We're going to roast Pooch. That's a sniglet when you mix the 2 words. All right, we're going to roast Pooch sometime in the future. So be on the lookout for that. Peace out, folks. And remember, Easter's coming up. Try and do something for the kids. Little Easter egg hunt or something like that. Talk to you later.